There's a saying that goes, you may not do politics, but politics gonna do you. I think this saying can be applied to change. You may not do change, but change gonna do you. I've been working on a collection as my way of accepting change and analyzing how change takes place in our society. And I've been thinking about change on a micro and macro level, micro on the interpersonal level. And I've been dealing with change in the ways of trying to revert back to who I am, who I was, and becoming something better. And I feel like something that I've been thinking about when it comes to facilitating change and being able to operate at a good capacity with change is emotional regulation and nervous system regulation. I feel like that's one of the most important things to be able to handle and navigate certain change. And with that being said, I've been trying to incorporate different ways that I can regulate myself. One of them being I've been reading about like meditation and Buddhism in regards to that. And I think Buddhism is interesting because it seems to be one of the earliest studying and understanding of the mind and psychology concepts of the mind, which I think is pretty interesting. But with that being said, it teaches like a lot of mindfulness and meditation. And I feel like alongside with these things is a realization I'm realizing to myself, and something that I've been saying to myself to help, to help me not be so hard on myself and help me have more grace for myself in the midst of transition. And that is that I am nothing, therefore I can be anything, therefore I can be everything. I feel like we have a hard time, people in general have a hard time with change. I mean, there's literally whole systems in place to help societies, etc., navigate place, whether it be government helping people navigate change, or even corporate America. If you don't know, there's like things called change management, which is essentially like a whole type of pillar of business to drop things on people without them losing their minds. So people, I think, have a hard time accepting change. And I feel like one of the reasons that is because people have such a grasp on identity. But when you really think about it, we really are nothing. We're a bundle of concepts. We're a medley of concepts that we grasp on as people and we grasp onto to have identity. I feel like one of the only really tangible forms of identities that we have are our bodies,